I am Batman. Average Sniper.
What's up, guys? Average Sniper here. Welcome to another PUBG video. In this video, you might notice a couple things that are different than the average video that I make if you are a regular subscriber. First off, welcome to the video, guys. I hope you're having a great day. I don't have anything super important to say today. I just wanted to make a video about PUBG and just talk about it. I might go off subject a little bit if there even is a subject. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some ponage on VIKENDI. Now, the two things you might notice that are different if you're a regular subscriber is one, I'm playing in first person mode. I'm normally a third person player. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And two, I'm playing VIKENDI when I usually only play Erangel. Erangel being the main map. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this happening? What has happened to the average sniper? Well, guys, I'm here to answer that question because I'm Batman. I'm the average sniper. All right, so first off, I'm playing VIKENDI because on PC they've taken map selection away, and from what I understand, they're going to be doing the same thing on console. Now, on console, you didn't really have map selection. You just had a featured map. I'm not sure if they're going to keep the featured map. I heard rumors that they weren't. I might have just read something and forgot 100% of what I read because I have short-term memory loss. Who knows? But the point is, on PC, which is my platform of choice, they took the ability to pick which map you want to play away. And the reason they did that is because they were having trouble with long loading times. Let's just say, for example, you're one of those people that likes Miramar, the desert map. That's your favorite map to play, and you don't care how much other people hate it. So you wake up in the morning, there's not that many people online, but you want to play anyway. You pick Miramar, and you wait for 15 minutes to find a match because nobody picks Miramar. Honestly, who picks Miramar? I like Miramar, but I never pick it when I had map selection. So this is the reason they did that, because everybody was basically picking Sanhok and Erangel as the main maps. So basically, Miramar and VIKENDI weren't getting that much playtime, and people that picked those maps were basically sitting in extremely long queues, especially depending on which point of view you want to play. So I do not have the ability anymore to just pick Erangel. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing that. But I found that I don't hate VIKENDI as much as I thought I did after I started playing it. It's not that bad. You just have to play it a little different than you play Erangel. It took me a little while to figure it out, but I think I actually got it. Don't judge me on the games leading up to it, because that happened right there and I got my head blown off. All right, so I go in again, and I got VIKENDI so many times last night when I was playing. It just kept coming up over and over and over again. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is up with VIKENDI, man? It just keeps getting picked. VIKENDI, VIKENDI, VIKENDI. I had a couple matches on Sanhok and Erangel, but that was about it. Mostly, it was just VIKENDI. But you know what? I'm not complaining. It was a nice change up. It was a nice change up. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. VIKENDI. All right? Just figuring it out. Don't hate it as much as I thought, okay? I'll just say that. Now, the second thing, if I have properly explained why I'm playing VIKENDI, that you understand that I can no longer pick Erangel, the second thing is that I'm playing in first person. I decided to switch it up a little bit and play in first person. And I'll tell you the reason for that. First, you have to understand that I am playing on PC, and there's a big difference between players on PC and players on console. Players on PC tend to pick first person mode. First person mode is actually more popular on PC, whereas on console, third person mode is more popular. Don't ask me why. I'm just stating statistics. I have no idea why people on PC tend to choose first person over third person. So one, if you want to find a lobby quicker, you're going to choose first person when you're playing on PC. That's just it. And two, I kind of wanted a change of pace a little bit. Have you ever been playing in a third person lobby and you're running out in the open? There's kind of like this, there's some rocks, there's some trees, and somebody takes a shot at you. And you hear where the shot comes from. They miss you. You hear where the shot comes from. You take cover behind a tree or a rock, and you're looking for them, but they won't peek you again because it's third person mode and they can see you without peeking. All right, we get that. That's part of third person mode. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that if that's the way you choose to play, and that's the way I choose to play most of the time. But that guy almost killed me right there. I was getting very annoyed with that. You know, I like players, if you're going to shoot at me, keep shooting at me. Don't shoot at me and then not shoot at me again until I turn my back or wait for me to peek. I'm not necessarily the most aggressive player, but if you're trying to shoot me, I will be happy to engage you in a gunfight. There's too many times where people take shots at me in third person mode, and I hear the direction they came from, get behind a tree, and they will not peek back out until I move again. They're happy to sit there the entire match. So I was getting a little fed up with that, so I decided to play some first person and totally fix that problem. Because in first person mode, obviously you can't peek around the edge of something without exposing your head. So if you know the direction that someone is shooting you from, you can actually, you can actually have a really good chance at killing them. Probably a much better chance at killing them than you would if you were playing in third person perspective. So no hate between, people that choose first person and people that choose third person. That's the one thing I can't stand, is people that hate on other people because of perspective they try to play. I like to think of myself as someone who plays both. I used to play exclusively first person. I was one of those guys that only played first person mode. I didn't dog anybody for, the mode that they tried to play, but I did think first person mode was a lot more tactical, much more realistic, and it is. I'm not denying that. It definitely is. First person mode actually feels a little easier for me because the way I play, it just caters more to my play style. I can be more aggressive without having to worry about, God damn it, I died in the blue. Don't you hate it when that happens, man? That guy I got a good headset on him and killed him, but he took just enough of my health away that I could not escape that deadly blue zone. But you know what I'm saying. I like my enemies, if they're going to shoot at me, I like them to engage. I want to shoot back. I want to have a gunfight. I just wasn't having as many gunfights in third person mode as I wanted. Too many people were content to take a shot at me, miss, and then totally hide until my back was turned or until I ran away, and then they would just relocate to camp somewhere else. Now let's talk a little bit about that, okay? Let's talk a little bit about camping. I also don't like it when people are like, oh, well, third person caters more to campers and this and that. You can look at it from both ways, because in third person mode, yes, you can sit behind a wall and camp there and see over the wall without peeking. But in first person mode, you can sit in the house behind a door and shoot somebody that opens it, because they can't peek through the door at first like they can in third person and shoot. I've run into just as many campers in first person as third person. So I don't think camping really has anything to do with the mode you're playing. If somebody's going to camp, they're going to camp regardless of whether they're playing first person or third person. I do see some merit to the argument, but I don't want to talk about that too much because that's a whole nother subject. So basically, a camper is going to be a camper, whether you're playing third person or first person. If they're going to be in the house and they don't want to come out of the house, they're not going to come out of the house. That's all there is to it. So you got to be really careful. But yeah, other than that, I think that both modes are totally viable. But one thing I will say is I wish that PUBG would make up their mind instead of splitting the community and just pick a mode and stick with it. If they did, I'm sure it would probably be first person mode, because honestly, it just makes more sense. Third person mode works great for Fortnite, a non-realistic game, but if we want PUBG to be as realistic as possible, it is not an arguable fact. It's not even arguable that third person is unrealistic. It is, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't always play every video game for 100% realistic feeling, but PUBG is supposed to be realistic. So I do believe if the devs were to pick one game mode, I think that game mode would be first person. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Now, moving on, we're talking a little bit more about the perspectives. When I upload third-person gameplay, which is probably like 95% of my gameplay on my channel, there are so many haters that are like, oh my god, this is third person, it's so easy, I can't believe you're playing this, and all third person players are scrubs. And some of the best players in PUBG that I know play third person, and they can go into a first person lobby and pwn people just as much, so I really can't stand that type of behavior. I think it hurts the community when people put other people down regardless of the reason. We're all playing the same game, so I think we should try to be less toxic. It is a competitive game, so everybody's going to be a little bit toxic, when you get killed or if something happens, but you don't have to be toxic outside of the game because you watched a video and you don't agree with the perspective someone was playing. That's just some little kid stuff. So I guess I'm just asking everybody out there that acts like that to just grow up. Just grow up and enjoy the game for what it is. Now, having said that, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. if PUBG were to pick a certain perspective to keep, what do you think it would be? And what is your preferred perspective? I want to see you guys in the comments. I want to know. I think I did a poll on this, and a lot of people surprisingly preferred third person. But I also think that's because a lot of my viewers play PUBG mainly on console, where third person is the preferred method of play. I also want to hear what you guys have to think about why do you think third person is one of the preferred play styles on console? I want to know what you guys think about that, because that kind of has me baffled too. My personal opinion, when I play console, I feel like the low frame rate actually works a little better in third person, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know if it's all in my head or just because I play a lot of PC, so I'm used to a really high frame rate. But when I switch from third person to first person perspective on console, I feel like my game runs slower, like it gets more choppy, it's harder to aim, and when I'm in third person, it just feels to run smoother. Let me know if there's any truth to that, if you guys feel the same way or notice the same thing, and I would love to read the comments. So the game's coming to an end here, guys. I see this is the second to last guy. He had to run towards the zone. I get him. The last guy surprises me, and fortunately I was able to pull off that kill with minimal health. So after a few tries at VIKENDI, I finally got that dinner. Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to reading your comments. Like, subscribe, and if you really want to support, consider hitting that join button, and I will love you forever. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great day. Later.